While my true love has always been fiction, I can't help but read the occasional self-help book. These days, because I'm trying to start something on my own, these tend to be business books. Most are decently informative and tell me to talk to customers or not be afraid to ask for things. But one book I read recently has really changed the way I see the world. That's a purple cow. Purple cow, and that sounds like a purple cow to me. And the book that I'm talking about is Purple Cow by Seth Godin. In this book, Godin talks about how there are so many things trying to capture our attention nowadays and so many different products that all solve one problem. And so simple advertising isn't enough, that a product needs to stand out, be remarkable, be a purple cow, to capture people's attention and make it easy for people to share it with one another. For example, eating challenges at restaurants or a super Instagrammable croissant. I think a common critique of this novel is that it's very marketing 101 or maybe a little obvious. But personally, I'm not a marketer, and so I really enjoyed it. And while I think it's pretty clear that this makes sense from a business perspective, I've really been thinking a lot about this concept, and I think it applies to all things. And I feel like he says it best in the book, and no, I'm combining and paraphrasing a couple of quotes here, but that the problem with opting for a purple cow is actually a problem of fear. The same word of mouth that can make your product a huge hit can also lead to someone snickering at you. And this is something I've thought a lot about. Like, I feel like when I was growing up, I felt very weird. Like, my family would pronounce words differently, eat different foods, celebrate different holidays. And because of that, I desperately tried really hard to fit in. Like, I would want turkey for Thanksgiving and watch TV and emulate what I was seeing. And because I try very hard in most things that I do, this was mostly a success, and as a result, I just became incredibly forgettable. I really just fell into the background, and I feel like as a result of it, I missed out on a lot of opportunities. And this is something I actually really want to work on with this YouTube channel and the things that I'm trying to build. But how does one even make a purple cow? And I feel like that's where Godin stops short, because there isn't a formula to follow or clear steps on how to be remarkable. But for me, I think it starts with authenticity. I think it starts with figuring out what makes you you and kind of owning it. It's not something that I've historically been very good at, but is something that I really want to work on this year. Anyway, it's something that I've been thinking a lot about after reading this one. Highly recommend if you're interested in business or not. I'd love to hear what you think about this book or otherwise in the comments, and I will see you next time.